Welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to begin with a new lesson, that is measurement and effects of heat. So let's begin. Before we start, let's recall this question. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy which flows from an object at high temperature to an object at low temperature. In this picture, we can clearly find out that heat is flowing from an object of higher temperature to an object of lower temperature. Temperature of an object tells us how cold or how hot an object is. The temperature of the cold object is lower than the temperature of a hot object. Thus, the temperature of ice cream is less than the temperature of tea. Also seen that when we give heat to an object, it expands and it contracts on cooling. Also, the state of matter changes due to heat. Here we have an example of a solid ice. When we provide heat to it, it turns into liquid water, and further giving heat, it evaporates, which means turning into gaseous state. So, states of matter also depend on heat. Now let's have a look at unit of heat. In SI system, the unit of heat is joule, while that in CGS, the unit is calorie. 1 calorie is equivalent to 4.18 joule. 1 calorie heat is the heat required to increase the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius. Now we are going to study the sources of heat. Number 1, we have sun. Yes, the sun is the biggest source of heat received by the earth. A large amount of heat is generated due to the nuclear fusion taking place in its center. Do you all remember what is nuclear fusion? It is a reaction in which two or more atomic nuclei are combined to form one or more different atomic nuclei and subatomic particles. In this process, hydrogen nuclei fuse together to form helium nuclei, generating heat in the process. Fuse together means they blend together. Some of it reach the earth in the form of light and heat. The second source is earth. As the temperature at the center of the earth is high, the earth is also a source of heat. This heat is called geothermal energy. Students, please keep this in mind. The heat produced by the earth is known as geothermal energy. The next source of heat is chemical energy. When fuels like wood, coal, petrol, etc. burn, there is chemical reaction between the fuel and oxygen. Let's simply take an example of bonfire. In cold weather, when we sit around a bonfire, we can experience the heat produced by the wood. This is produced because of the reaction between the fuel and the oxygen in the air. Heat is generated in this reaction. Our next source of heat is electrical energy. In your daily life, you have seen several equipments which produce heat with the help of electricity. For example, we have electric press, electric heater, electric geyser, etc. Thus, electricity is also a source of heat. Our next source is atomic energy. A huge amount of heat is produced in a very short time when the nuclei of some elements like uranium, thorium, etc. undergo fission. This is used in atomic energy projects. Yes, in this process, a large amount of heat is produced. So, this is also a source of heat. And last but not the least, the air around us. A large amount of heat is present in the air around us. So, this is also a source of heat. Now, let's have a look at temperature. We can find out how hot or cold an object is by touching the object. However, our sense of hot or cold is relative. This can be understood from the following experiment. We have to take three similar vessels. Let us call it as A, B, and C. Fill A with hot water and B with cold water. Put some water from A and B in the vessel C. Dip your right hand in A and your left hand in B. Keep them immersed for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now dip both the hands in the vessel C. What do you feel? Yes, even though both the hands are dipped in the water in the same vessel, that is water at the same temperature, your right hand will feel that the water to be cool, while the left hand will feel it to be hot. What is the reason for this? We cannot determine the temperature of an object accurately by simply touching it. So, you may hurt yourself by touching very hot or very cold objects. So, we feel the need of some device for measuring temperature. Thermometer is a device for measuring temperature. You have read about thermometer in the previous class. In this lesson, you are going to learn about the construction of a thermometer. Here we come to the end of the video, but before leaving, one last question. Do you find any relation between heat and temperature? Think about this. We are going to discuss about this in our next video. Thank you.